Welcome back to Cigar Operations. It's good to have you back. Once again, I'm Todd Tappy, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Tim Stutler. And we have two topics that we want to bring to you today. The first, of course, a cigar, the Punch Bare Knuckle Rothschild size. We're going for a smaller size.
This is a nod to your unique fitness regime.
Well, it is. We're trying to find a cigar name, something that suggests fitness challenge.
That's right. Last month we started a 6-month fitness challenge. And if you haven't seen that episode, you should check it out. And tonight we're going to do a progress report on our workouts.
But before we get into all that, shouldn't we smoke one of these Punch Bare Knuckles?
Absolutely.
A nice chestnut brown wrapper. Well, are you ready to talk about the fitness challenge?
Yeah, I'm doing Apple's fitness program called Apple Fitness Plus, and you've created your own program using various exercises and things and equipment. And what we're trying to do is see whether or not Apple's program will work for an average older adult. You're 58, I'm 66. So Todd, let's talk about your initial efforts first. Is there a particular focus to your workouts?
Just kind of the combat field craft type of skills, the carrying, the swinging.
So you're talking about like camping and such, chopping wood, that sort of thing?
Yeah, the things you would do when you're camping or hiking.
All right. Well, I know you've got a lot of unique and interesting equipment, and I've got a video of your initial workout effort. I've even added some apt music to it, so you can let me know what you think of it.
All right. Okay.
No, I've actually added some better music that I think you'll like, but maybe you can tell us what's going on here.
Here I'm using a kettlebell swing. I'm racking a kettlebell. I put a guard on top of my Apple Watch so I could rack with that.
Oh, without scratching it?
Yeah, without scratching it. Oh, there I'm doing farmer's walk with some 45-pound plates. Bucky in the background. There's a steel mace. That's just an overhead swing.
How many pounds is that?
The one I'm doing one-handed is small, like 5 pounds. Oh, there I'm simulating field craft axe swinging into the heavy bag. Okay, what am I doing there? Push-ups. Oh yeah, I hate those push-ups, but I have another piece of equipment, the slingshot.
Is that a truss?
Yeah, watch this. It bounces you right back up, so it makes push-ups fun. I love that thing. Oh, here's the TRX, the suspension trainer. I'm doing some rows. There's some lunges. Yeah, my trusty dog. Oh, here we go. Hitting with heavy Filipino sticks on the tires. If you do that for a long time, that tires you out pretty good.
Cali, right?
Yeah. Oh, here's a new piece of equipment, a landmine. Yeah, I need to work on my form on that a little bit.
So Todd, would you characterize this workout as medieval or post-apocalyptic?
Yeah, a little bit of both, actually. There's some carryover there.
Well, that looks pretty intense. We'll look at your results after we report on my program.
Okay, so how's that going?
Yeah, overall it's gone pretty well. I'm very impressed with the program. I've started a lot of exercise programs over the years, and oftentimes I go too hard and too fast and injure myself, which hinders the training. But Apple has a couple beginners programs, and they have 10 and 20-minute workouts.
Well, that doesn't seem too long. Something to form habits?
Yeah, I used to think that was too short, which is probably why I was always getting injured.
Was it hard setting up the workout program?
No, not at all. First, I opened the fitness app on my phone and scrolled down to the category Programs to get started. I chose one of the 2 workouts for beginners, and I added it to my library in the app. You can see this program includes high-intensity interval training, kickboxing, and dance.
Dancing. How'd that go?
I started a few of the classes and then I skipped the rest.
A little too soft for a grizzled old veteran?
No, they're actually pretty hard, but I felt graceless, silly, and generally unmotivated.
Well, maybe you should expand your horizons, Tim.
Well, as the great philosopher Popeye once said, I am what I am.
Okay, so you got your beginners program and you upload it into your library. What was it like to access the app?
That's a good lead into the next video. Let's take a look at the monitor. First, you open the fitness app on your phone. Select the Fitness Plus button, then select Programs, which takes you to your library. Select your program and then pick one of the workouts within that program. I'm selecting the first workout, High Intensity Interval Training with Bakari. Okay, we're in, but I want to view it on my TV. Using AirPlay, select the TV, press the start arrow. This initiates a countdown on both my phone and my watch. And when the countdown finishes, the workout begins.
What are the numbers and symbols at the top of the screen?
In the upper left corner are your heart rate from your watch, how many minutes of exercise you've done, and how many calories you've burned. In the right corner are your activity rings. Red is for minutes of movement / calories burned, green is exercise minutes, and blue is for the number of hours in which you stood for at least 1 minute.
Right, you filmed your initial workouts, right?
I did.
And it's only fair since you have me flowing about and showing poor form with the landmine, it's only fair that we show your first workouts.
All right. This cardio workout is a series of low-impact moves with little time to rest between moves. The movements got a little harder and a little faster as the workout progressed. Probably the hardest part of the workout was replicating the instructor's movements in real time. My ground game needs work. It all needs work. Hopefully this will be the classic before video.
That looks a little outside your comfort zone. Were these difficult workouts?
Well, not really, but I had a lot of rust to shake off. But during the 2 beginners programs, I didn't feel a lot of soreness, so I created a custom program. 6 days a week, 20 to 40 minutes a day, and I focused on 4 areas: strength, core, high-intensity interval training, and Pilates, and add in some short yoga sessions after some of the workout sessions.
Well, since this is an update, shouldn't we talk about the initial results?
Yeah, we've collected data in 3 areas: activity level, body measurements, and cardio fitness. Let's start with activity level. This is my workout chart, which was automatically produced by the Apple Health app based on data generated by the watch. It shows the average number of minutes worked out per day. This tells me I averaged 28 minutes a day working out with no discernible trend yet. And if I want to know how many minutes I worked out on a particular day, it'll show me that too. Let's compare Todd's exercise minutes. Now you average 26 minutes a day, so your exercise minutes are a bit lower than mine.
Yeah, well, time isn't the only metric. We also have to look at effort.
That's true. Let's look at the data. These are our energy charts, also produced by the fitness app. They show how hard we worked out our first month, as measured in calories. That includes only calories burned by daily activities, like workouts. So that's on top of calories burned while resting.
It looks like I'm burning 15 more calories a day than you are.
Hey, it's not a competition.
Eponymously, it's called a fitness challenge.
What's eponymously?
That's where the name of the event describes it. Challenge.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to go by our results rather than by our efforts, which leads us to our next category of data points, and that's body measurements. This chart shows our measurements when we started the challenge on January 20th, and also 4 weeks later. It includes 3 metrics: weight, chest measurements, and belly measurements. As you can see, I'm pretty much the same so far. As for you, Todd, we see you lost 7 pounds, increased your chest size, and shrunk your stomach a bit. Well done. Finally, we have 2 charts showing cardio health. The first chart shows resting heart rate. Typically, the lower your heart rate, the better your heart health and cardiovascular fitness. These show that my resting heart rate is a bit lower than yours, but I suspect the comparison doesn't mean much since other factors may be at play, like stress. How the numbers in 6 months compare to these may be more telling. This last chart shows cardio fitness level, which is expressed as VO2 max. VO2 max is the maximum amount of oxygen your body can consume during exercise. A higher number indicates a higher level of cardio fitness and endurance. The Apple Watch calculates VO2 max based on a rigorous and steady cardio workout, like a bike ride for about half an hour or so. I've been using the watch for several years now and have a few cardio readings over the past year, all of which show me below average. I'm still below average, but my current level is the highest it's been in a year. And hopefully I'll move into the above average category soon and maybe even break into the high cardio fitness category one day. Unfortunately, we couldn't get your numbers, but we're working on that.
So, how are you feeling after this?
I definitely feel stronger, more limber, more toned, and I'm moving better. How about you?
Well, I'm definitely feeling stronger. The only flirtation I've had with injuries, I had a little bit of upper thoracic from lifting too heavy, so I have to make sure I have good form. But I feel like I'm building the habit.
Well, that's it for the fitness review.
Well, then let's talk a little more about this bare knuckle cigar.
It is getting down to the bare knuckle.
It is. Flavor-wise, it doesn't have a lot of spice. The flavor is somewhat subtle. I'm sensing kind of a wood, maybe even a little bit of cedar, but it combines with a relatively thick smoke. So it's very pleasing. And the other thing I notice is it doesn't seem to build up strength as it burns down. It stays consistently, and this is one you can smoke down to the nub. What do you think flavor-wise?
It kind of reminds me of old books. I thought that was something that you had said before, and not in a bad way. I like the smell of old leather books. Maybe it's the leather, but that it's got a real good flavor all through your mouth.
Yeah, I can see some leather. And the way it burns, I had a little bit of trouble, remember, on lighting it up. There was a corner that didn't seem to want to take the light, and I had to light it with the actual campfire. And the burn it evened out. I mean, it's not a razor line or anything. And mine flowered out a little bit at the end. I'm not a big fan of that, but it was only right at the end. I'm thinking about breaking some new ground with this episode and actually lighting up a second cigar.
Let's do it.
All right. So this is the bare knuckle, but before we go offline to finish enjoying our Rothschild bare knuckle, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our next episode. We're going to introduce a cigar table. Tim built a cigar table that is going to be our official channel table.
And we're going to be doing some testing next episode and really abusing some of the samples of the table surface to see if the epoxy finish is really going to hold up.
You're not going to want to miss this. But for now, Cigar Ops out.